Wrestling Rampage here, back with another video.
We are back right here on Wrestling Rampage with another great video for you guys.
That's right. Tonight's the night.
Tonight is the night. We're going to do Monday Night Raw review for you guys for September 28th, 2015. Tonight is the night.
All right.
Raw started out.
Showing what happened last week on Raw.
That's right. And don't forget that they're in Buffalo, New York this week.
That's right. Home of the Buffalo Bills. They're never go nowhere in the Super Bowl.
Bo Dallas is right.
That's true.
They showed, of course, what happened last week with Rollins and Kane and all that good stuff. Good stuff. Then John Cena comes out and issues the U.S. Title Open Challenge.
That's right.
And everybody's anticipating on who it's going to be. They're like,
who's it going to be here? Is it going to be a Mick Carter? Is it going to be Jimmy Carter? Is it going to be Stan the Popcorn Guy? Who could it be? Is it going to be the janitor?
And then we're
not talking about Hacksaw Jim Duggan either.
And then we hear the trombone.
That's right. It's the New Day.
And I popped.
Oh yeah, especially when he played Cena's theme on the trombone. It's fucking epic. And it's the New Day. One of the New Day. Don't know which.
At this point,
and they cut a promo on John Cena. My favorite part was hustle, loyalty, and booty.
What did they say before they came out? John Cena, U.S. champion, is booty.
Yeah.
And then something about duty, and I'm like, that's fucking amazing.
And then go, we got 3 words for you, John Cena: hustle, loyalty, and booty. I was like, hell no. And then they did some fucking rock, paper, scissors or something. I don't fucking know. And Xavier Woods gets the straw and he gets to go up there.
That's right. It's going to be Xavier Woods versus John Cena for the WWE United States Championship.
That's right. And they were having a pretty good match, you know. And then Xavier and Big E got ejected. And a couple minutes later, here they come back and interfere.
And, of course, John Cena wins by disqualification
in that match. And then we had an impromptu 6-man tag leading up here. The New Day versus the Dudley Boys and John Cena. It was a pretty good 6-man.
It was
a pretty good 6-man. And the New Day pick up the win when Kofi Kingston hit Trouble in Paradise on Devon Dudley and got the win.
Yeah. Then Kane gets a complaint, and Ashley, the HR,
Human Resources,
is there to investigate, and there was a complaint against Kane anonymously that it was an unsafe work environment.
And yeah.
And so she's in an investigation on Kane and through the night for the unsafe work environment. And then
And then we got that I call the retirement match. Mark Henry versus Big Show. And me, I called it here.
Well, when fucking Mark Henry, you see Mark Henry
already in the ring,
and I'm like, oh God.
He's already in the ring. It's like he had no job or music or whatever. He was waiting in the ring.
You know, I was sitting there like, oh God, right?
And then here comes
I was like, oh, even more God.
I was like, God damn. I was like, this match should be called the retirement match.
This is the sleeper match.
The loser that loses this match should be retired. And Mark Henry lost, so he should retire. But I know it ain't gonna happen. But
and so weak ass Big Show wins to boost up for him for MSG against fucking Brock Lesnar, even though nobody gives a fuck about it. I'll be honest with you, I don't give a fuck about that match.
Me neither.
Then Charlotte and Becky Lynch are the special guests on Miz TV this week.
And speaking of the Miz, he's relevant.
He isn't.
No.
There's no reason for him to be out there.
No. He's not relevant anymore. I'm sorry. He's not. He could take his fucking shitty scarf in his shitty capri pants and his fucking cheap fucking dollar store glasses and jam it up his ass.
And they're talking about they wanted Paige to come out, and they want to talk about their differences that they've had, and then here comes the Bella whores, and
here come the whores of the WWE making their fucking waves. Like, yeah, they got to put their 2 cents in.
And then there's an impromptu match with Team PCB, I guess reunited apparently, versus Team Bella, Team Whore.
Team Whore and fucking PCP were doing pretty good until the incident where I think it was either Brie or Nikki. I wasn't really paying attention to that match, to be honest with you. I'm just being honest.
Because it had the Bellas in it. So
and I'm not a Bellas fan, so I'm not interested in any matches they're in. Fucking knock Charlotte into Paige, and Paige leaves, and here comes Natalya. What are you doing? And then Natalya goes up there going to help, and fucking Paige just jerks her off, and her head hits the apron, and fucking here goes Nikki Bella with that shitty backbreaker she does, and Team Bella Whore gets the win, who has 2 boyfriends, gets the win, and I wasn't interested.
And they had a Brock Lesnar versus Big Show preview where they showed everything that happened.
And their history, their rivalry, a shitty rivalry at that.
Exactly.
And
it was shitty back in 2002, 2003 when they had it.
Yeah, so that's all you got to say about that.
Kane gives Seth Rollins a gift.
Yep.
You know, with him being the director of operations, he's a really good guy.
That's right.
He gives him the gift.
He was giving Seth Rollins a gift, okay? It was the head of a statue. He goes, I dig it up for you. I dug it up. You know, and he gave it to him, and Seth's like, oh, I don't want this, Kane. Kane! I don't want this, Kane! And,
Then they go to a match, the Primetime Players versus the Wyatt family, Braun Strowman, and Luke Harper.
Yeah, and it was a shitty tag at that. And then, and Braun Strowman puts Titus O'Neil hurt, and they got that fucking thing in that fucking chokehold it does, whatever the fuck it is. It's a shitty move to me, but and I guess Titus passes out, and the Wyatt family pick up the win over the Primetime Players.
Then they had Stardust versus Neville, which has been going on too damn long.
Yes, a mid-card match at that. And here comes King Barrett. Interferes are going to have a good match, and here comes King Barrett. I guess he was mad about SummerSlam. Well, SummerSlam was a couple months ago, buddy. What's making you come out now? And what took you so long? Then he bullhammers fucking Neville and Stardust and said, I'm back, and all this.
Who gives a fuck if you're back?
Barrett. And I was like, well, I didn't know you were gone. And, yeah.
Ashley, the HR woman, was
going to give the evaluation on Kane, and Seth Rollins comes out saying Kane is not normal and shows this video of all the stuff Kane has done, and yes, he has done all those things, and that was about.
She does the evaluation, and Kane is still
director of operations.
And saying that Seth Rollins needs help.
Yeah. Saying that Seth Rollins is rude and everything else. And my favorite part was Seth Rollins said that Kane drug him down to hell. And he goes, I talked to the Pope. And the Pope told me I'm going to heaven. And I was like, God damn, that's fucking great. And then Kane was going to get Seth Rollins' World Heavyweight Championship. And Seth Rollins just pedigrees Kane and starts beating the shit out of him with a chair. And then he gets carted off like clear blood to the ambulance. And then the ambulance turns into red. And here comes Demon Kane out. And choke slams Rollins and tries for a tombstone. And Seth runs out of the ring. Kane holds up that world title and says he wants a title match. So,
I'll just be honest with you guys. I'm not the biggest Kane fan right now.
But he's getting better now.
Well,
I like them better now instead of with slacks.
I know, but it like every time I see him, it reverts to the slacks.
Yes.
So it's kind of like,
just get rid of the slacks, King. Just be the demon. Fuck it.
Then Bray Wyatt cuts a promo how Harper and Strowman just demolished the primetime players,
which is true,
which they did.
And then talks about his beef with Roman Reigns and
which this feud's going on way too long.
Yeah, to me it has been going on way too long.
Then you have Bray Wyatt's brother, Bo Dallas.
He talked about the Buffalo Bills.
Bo leave.
Got some heat on the Buffalo Bills there. And here comes Randy Orton, and Randy Orton gives him a squash. And let's move on from that.
Rusev versus Kevin Owens.
Yeah. Fucking Rusev guy got bumped into the announce table, and
where Ryback was doing some announcing.
Where Ryback was doing commentary, and fucking so Rusev and Owens started double teaming Ryback, and here comes Dolph Ziggler to make the save on Ryback, and Kevin Owens is like, "Give me the belt, I'm taking a powder," and that's what he did.
That's the way to fucking do it. Then Paul Heyman,
that's right,
talks about the Go to Hell tour.
Yeah, and here comes the Big Show to get his 2 cents in, saying, "I'm going to beat Brock Lesnar and everything else." I was like, well, I could care less, to be honest with you.
Then the main event of
Monday Night Raw
for September 28th of 2015 is Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt.
That's right. It was an okay main event, I guess, until the double count out happened. And then they got into a big schmoz, and that was the end of Raw.
That was a big schmoz. Then they ended up tearing down the barricade.
And started having a big schmoz outside and everything else, and that was the end of Monday Night Raw.
That's right. It was an okay Raw.
It was an okay Raw. It was alright.
See, and I'm still going to say this. They need to cut Raw back to 2 hours.
Yes.
3 hours is just too long.
Much.
Like, some of these matches shouldn't even have been on the card.
Yeah.
To be honest with you. But, I think they should go back to 2 hours, most definitely.
Mm-hmm.
But that was the Raw review for September of 2015, the 28th. And like us on Facebook, facebook.com/WrestlingRampage2. Follow us on Twitter @WrestleRampage. And make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Give us the Sister Abigail on that fucking subscribe button. Make sure you like this video if you like this video. And Wrestling Rampage is that cream that rises to the top. That's right, the cream of the crop.
And nobody does it better.